Now comes to the bio portion of the show, and unfortunately it's about me. I'm going to include a song that I played on harmonica. It's an original, not written by me, written by Sean Smith. But a little about me, I'm going to try to have different hosts on these shows coming up in the next few months, and different musicians, and they'll give their own little version of this. Hopefully be a little bit more detailed. But I am a retired disabled vet. My name is Matthew Stone. I grew up in Fountain, South Carolina. Went to Hillcrest High School. After graduation, I went into the Marine Corps in September of 1990. I was an engineer in the Marines. Deployed to Somalia in Africa during the little dust up they had over there in 92 and 93. I actually landed New Year's Eve 1992 and celebrated the New Year in 1993 in Somalia. But after I got out of the Marine Corps 4 years, I worked at Spartanburg County Detention Center for a while and moved on, jumped around jobs, and decided to go join the Army, go and find a guard unit and go in 2000, and was going to get out and decided to re-enlist, and I re-enlisted on September 9th, 2001. And a few days later, I was set. I deployed to Iraq in 2004, doing a convoy security mission. We escorted trucks up and down the road, and I was on active duty there 2004, 2005. I come back. I was working at Greenville County Detention Center then, and ended up getting a slot on the honor guard doing military funerals for a couple of years, active duty, local. We would come out and do funerals of veterans or any military funerals, and we actually got to be on Army Wives a few times, the TV show, the Lifetime TV show. And you might hear a cat running around, but I deployed to Afghanistan in 2010 to do security forces for the Prevention Reconstruction Team in Ghazni, which was kind of a wild deployment. I was under two Navy SEALs, Captain Philip Kapusta and Senior Chief Anthony Iafrati. You can look those up. That was my command staff, and they're both Navy SEALs. And matter of fact, Senior Chief Iafrati was portrayed in the movie American Sniper, and is mentioned in the book as Tony. When I came back, things didn't go so well. I was medically retired, all sorts of physical problems, post-traumatic stress, big-time problems, and I was also blown up in Iraq several times, but one time really close and have a brain injury. I'm a disabled vet. I was done in 2011. I couldn't leave the house. I was in a really, 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 really bad state. Suicidal, really bad. And about 5 years ago, I was actually looking at a bucket list, or making a bucket list, because I was done with this world. And one of the things on there was go check out my cousin's band, Dime Store Gypsy, my cousin being Robbie Chambers. I did that, and curiosity got the best of me as what's behind that stage door. And I asked him one day, hey man, you got anything I can do? And from there, I got to do one of my first shows with Will James, who was the drummer for Dime Store Gypsy at 17 years old, and he played last night, I think, in San Diego, California, opening for Ugly Kid Joe with the band Pistols at Dawn. So check them out. But I left Dime Store. I learned how to do lights. I was learning how to do lights and production, and I was at Powdersville Pub for about a year doing lights there, and left there and kind of, I figured out music was helping me a lot therapeutically. It helps me focus on some stuff that's not combat related. But I learned how to play harmonica, and I do a lot of different stuff on the sidelines of music. I really don't get on stage much, but when I do, you know, I try to have fun. But I also kind of want to be able to do something so when I'm filming you guys, I know what it's like to be filmed and what it's like to be on stage. I already know that from the honor guard, from doing a bunch of military funerals, but I kind of gotta, you know, the whole leadership thing. I'm not in a leadership position, but it's, you don't ask anybody to do what you're not willing to do yourself. So that's one of the reasons why I had to figure out how to get on stage and do something. And that's one of the reasons why I'm doing this. It's kind of how I want your bios to run. I want other musicians to host this Sunday night sets and basically do what I'm doing here, do a bio on themselves and promote their bands. But music literally saved my life. There's not a big music career for me. I've only been in this for about 5 or 6 years, and I have no training in anything music related. I just picked up on stuff. Robbie taught me a lot. Robbie Chambers, my cousin, I mentioned him earlier. He's got a new band coming out, Ghost Train Cartel, something like that. We'll shout out to them. But that's how I got involved in music. I needed something to do, and it kind of, it's a very long drawn out story, and I don't want to take an hour to do that. But I am pretty much, you know, done. I'm retired. I can't do a lot. Although I do all the filming and everything with this channel, it takes a lot. And this is pretty easy and something I can do sitting and something I can do without a lot of physical, and it's something that takes my mind off of what's going on in my mind, if that makes sense. But the next song is Keep Your Makeup On, the 3/4 in a Case, filmed at Triple D Racks and Sports in Walhalla, South Carolina. Johnny Crooks on guitar, Sean Smith wrote it. It's an original with me on harmonica, Matthew Stone on harmonica. I hope you love it. Check out 3/4 in a Case on Facebook and YouTube, and check out Johnny Crooks. Johnny Crooks has a song on Amazon, The Cowboy Rides Away, or Amazon, iTunes, and all the streaming services. But download music, always download local artist music. They make a little bit more money off of it. But here is 3/4 in a Case with Keep Your Makeup On, featuring me on harmonica. Oh dear Lord, I hope you like it.
Have you ever seen the sunrise through Carolina lights? Have you ever been the reason for someone said goodbye? Have you ever heard a Hank song in the middle of the night? I guess Hank's the reason for a lot of sad goodbyes. If you're looking for a stranger, honey, I ain't coming home. miss the thought of being alone. Cut you like a dagger, chills you to the bone. Once you were here with me, love it was gone. I say that's the reason I ain't wrote all them songs. If you're looking for a stranger, honey, I ain't coming home. You can't take off that little black dress, oh, but keep your makeup on. If you were to ever see me looking a little lost, out there dancing in the rain, there's only you to blame. If you're looking for a stranger, honey, I ain't never coming back home. You can't take off that little black dress, oh, but keep your makeup on.